We always like to cook seafood here in the 207 Kitchenette main studio. We really like to cook with David Turin from David's Restaurant in Portland and David's 388 in South Portland. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks, Rob. That was a nice introduction. I like cooking seafood here with you guys, too.
No, really. I mean that. It's our pleasure.
Well,
and this is a nice looking dish that is about to come together. The name of it is?
So this is some porcini mushroom dusted haddock with a little white wine, some mussels, a little butter sauce.
All right, let's get started.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the sauce first. So this is a quick dish to make. It comes together pretty quickly, except for the little part where the lid goes on the pan. And let's see, I'm going to figure this out. There we go. All right. So I've got some butter, olive oil. I'm going to start this with some shiitake mushrooms.
Okay.
And I'm going to let those cook for just a minute, fairly hot. While we're doing that, we're waiting for those. I have some porcini mushroom powder right here. And if you smell that, you'll see it's very strong.
Ooh, yeah.
Smelling of mushrooms. And so I just patted this haddock dry. I put the powder on it. I've got a little salt.
Where does one get porcini
pepper.
mushroom powder?
You can go to the Italian grocery store right here in town, and they have that. All right, so these are the mushrooms are starting to brown. You can see that's nice. I'm going to add some leeks and some shallots that I've sliced right here, and let that get a little bit tender before I put in some garlic. And I like to do this first because the garlic will burn, and we don't want that to happen. But you can see, so the leeks and shallots are already tender.
This is one of the things that even a dim student like me has learned from you, David, is that the garlic goes in late, because otherwise it overcooks.
Some people like that flavor. I'm just not a fan. So a little bit of wine.
Very satisfying sound effects and visual effects.
A little bit of clam broth.
Okay, clam broth.
And some tomatoes. All right, we're just going to let that go full tilt. There we go. All right, I'm going to finish with this haddock over here. So I've got the mushroom powder. And I've got the salt and pepper. You can probably do this more neatly than I did, but here we go. Then what I want to do is I've got these sprigs of thyme right here. I'm just going to throw some of these in here. And I kind of like the thyme with their full stem on there.
With the stem on.
Yeah. Kind of, I don't know if it's a pretty thing or whatever it is, but so the fish is in there. This is going away pretty well. I'm going to put some. I'm going to put the fish in there, pretty much flat, right in the bottom.
Okay.
So it will cook pretty quickly. I'm going to put some mussels in there, sort of scatter them around. I'm going to take some par-cooked potatoes. I'm going to put those in here.
This really is a classic one-pot dish.
It's a one-pot dish. I'm going to put the lid on. And then we can talk all about where you get this stuff. Oh, I forgot the lemon. You gotta have a little bit of lemon in there too. There we go. What I'm gonna do here is we're gonna open this up. We're gonna peek and see how our mussels are doing. And I'm gonna put some kale in there. And oh my God, the mussels are opening already. You've got the broth. I'm gonna put some kale in here.
And that's all you need to know is once the mussels open up, they're ready.
Yeah, you can see them there. They're.
How do you know when the fish is ready though, when the haddock is ready?
Well, this is a matter of just good luck.
This is where decades of experience comes in.
But honestly, if the mussels are open, if you've got a piece of fish that's this thick, you know, and you're trying to steam that, you might want to put the mussels in later. Well, with this, the fish is pretty thin. So haddock, pollock, hake, cusk, all those are going to be fairly thin.
Okay.
And you're going to see when this is done, the haddock's all done, the sauce is done, the whole thing is done. And just going to take this oil. Look at them, steamed up. I can't see it. Are the dishes over here?
Yeah, there are two over here. In fact,
there you go. So we got the fish. It's just going to come out, and then I can't see a thing. Hello, I cannot. I need a mask and snorkel. Anyway, this is.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I literally
just stay in the middle of the road.
I'm so fucked up. I can't see a thing. But you know, that's what we wanted. Is we wanted the steam. It's really the dish cooks very quickly because of the steam, and you know, and it's very rustic. It's a very pleasing. Well, does it look pleasing? Because I have my glasses off now, so I can't see a thing. There we go. All right, a little bit of bread. You know, I like some bread on here because you got to have a lot of bread.
You got to keep sopping up that broth.
That's
with
right.
The bread.
And you know, so everybody likes to sop up the broth with their mussels. This is essentially haddock steamed in some kind of a mussel broth that you're making. And it's got some other vegetables and little potatoes in there to make it a little more substantial. And personally, if I eat fish, this is one of my favorite ways to have it. And you can see it's not very hard to make.
All right, you're not going to get a better endorsement than that. It's what David likes to make when he's preparing food for himself. The recipe, which he has been kind enough to share, is on the app or website of newcentermaine.com/207. Check it out, and you'll also find more information about David's restaurant in Portland and David's 388 in South Portland. That's a really nice looking dish.
Well, thanks, Rob.
Thank you. Stay
Thanks
with
for
us.
having me on the show.
It's our pleasure as always. The door is always open to you. Stay with us. We're going to be back with more right after this.